Yeah, I'm not sure where Pete
Is
is,
that a
but
fucking robot?
we'll keep going. Yes, it is my. This is Dodie, also known as our transcriber device.
Craig!
Hey, bud, I missed you.
I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
I will defeat you one day.
Robots.
Yeah. For this stuff, I will be recording it. One, because I want to make sure that if I do make any errors as a DM, that I can, address them with myself and let you guys know when I mess up, which will probably be pretty often. But I believe I told everyone that I wasn't gonna harp on the rules. I got a lot of them here on the website, but if I miss something, I'm not going to stop the session that we're doing to look up the rule. I'm just going to rule it as whatever I see fit, I guess, arbitrarily, and then I'll go back and fix myself later. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and start off. We have introduced ourselves, but we haven't introduced our characters. So if you don't mind, let's give your name, your player's name, your player's name, and then a fun fact about each of them. Let's start with Ben. He loves to go first.
I do love to go first. Hello, my
Seeing how he
name
always
is
makes both of us say it.
my name is Ben Lasser. I am going to be playing two characters. The first is Patches, the Flesh Warp Oracle. You might be thinking, well, wait a second, why is this gentleman named Patches? Well, if you see him, you'll see this 6.5 foot, just mammoth looking guy with like inhuman pale gray skin with a bunch of stitching all over it, even though kind of all colors kind of faded from his various textures. Looks like it's been kind of stitched together. That's where he got, and that's why people call him Patches. Your fact about Patches is that even though he looks scary, he likes to laugh. My other character, oh geez, I can't talk today, is Axel, the automation inventor. He's kind of similar to Patches in that he looks like an old robot prototype that was thrown away. He made most of his body himself. Your fun fact about Axel is that I believe, is this officially on his sheet? But I believe he's making a robot dog, so that's fun.
He's making a war about dogs?
No, a robot's dog.
Oh, cool. That's better.
He is a robot, and he's making himself a pet.
Nice.
And since Pete just joined, I'm going to pass the ball to Pete.
Oh, great.
What up, y'all? I forgot about time zones.
It's all good. Your name, both your character's name, and one fun fact about each.
My name is Pete. The one character that I know that I have is Pimlin Stonepaw, who is gonna be a strong monk man that is also a cat man. But he's not a live in a monastery kind of monk, cause he just grew up on a farm. And that's most of what I have figured out about him so far. And the next character, I'm still kind of figuring out. It's gonna be somebody in the town that Pimlin grew up with, and it's maybe like a craftsman of sorts. I don't know. Still thinking that through.
Awesome. Yeah, no worries. If you guys don't have a set character yet, and you just want to fill out the group and then make those decisions, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Next up.
May I?
Yes.
Thank you. Because this is a little funny. My real life name is Ren, and I will be playing Garrick, the elf wizard. Fun fact about Garrick: he loves Catboy.
Oh no.
So
Yeah.
we'll get along. This will be great. And Garrick's companion character is he doesn't have a name. He's just a really big guy with a really big sword that runs errands for him. Fun fact about him: he doesn't talk very much. That's my bit. Thanks. I'm bowing now.
Nice. Who's next?
I'll go.
All right.
Alright. Hi, I'm Nate.
Hi, Nate.
Eight.
I was waiting for the AA meeting. Hello. So, for the primary character that I'll be using for this campaign for now will probably be Adam, the human barbarian. After losing his leg in an accident, he had to leave the town guard and now has to completely relearn how to fight and defend himself to be able to make ends meet. And for my second character, I'll be making Sigmund Barbenheimer, the Skeleton Supreme. I have no idea what class they're going to be, but I'm going to make a skeleton.
Did you just call your character Barbenheimer?
Yes, I've had this idea for like 5 weeks.
Excellent.
I'll go.
A master of the mystic arts, you see.
All right.
Now I have no idea what character I'm making.
Sam?
Hi, I'm Sam. I'm gonna be playing Mir, a very small Kashrishi cleric of Desna. She's kind of doing her whole pilgrimage thing and having a good time. And right next to her is an older elven gentleman named Elisar Rokan, who is an inventor and an alchemist. He likes robots.
Excellent. Two
Right.
robot people. Oh my god. Did I begin the army of machines? Maybe.
Why control undead when you can make robots?
Skynet will come.
It's probably more morally justifiable.
Maybe.
And I
Guys.
think we have the last but not least.
Yes, that is me. Hello, my name is John. I am going to be playing as my primary character, Ashi Inaki, a Vanara monk. With a fun fact about them is they will always find the most impromptu time to be mischievous. And then my secondary character is a Kitsune investigator by the name of Shunodo, and they are bonded together through a life bond. And that's that one's fun fact.
Very fun.
Yeah. I think that's everyone.
Excellent. Well,
Introduce yourself, Josh.
My name is Joshua, and I'm going to be the game master. That means I'm everyone else. I do plan on using a voice mod for some of this, so you won't have to hear my annoying voice all the time. Yay!
Yay!
Like it.
There was much rejoicing.
So, first order of business. Most of your characters should already be made. If not, that's fine. But everyone had the same question. Starting loot. Now, there are two options before you. One is the standard. Since you're level 1, you're entitled to 15 gold pieces each. But that sounds kind of boring, right? So, here's my pitch. If you all will collaborate together, I will allow you 35 gold pieces each. So 180 gold pieces total. With this 180 gold pieces, you can buy up to level 2 items. That is one more than technically you're allowed. And to make sure that everyone at least gets their armor, if you want, you can choose one level 1 item each.
For armor.
For armor, if you want to start out with no armor, you can choose one other level 1 item that you want.
Let's start looking through the stuff.
So, I assume you'll want the better option, but I'll pose it to a vote. If you want the standard, please say aye.
Wait, say what they are again. It's like
It's the
185
standard one.
between all of us, or one level 1 for everyone.
It is the starting gold, which is 15 gold pieces each. So about 90 gold pieces to start. Or if you're willing to collaborate together, I will give you 30 gold pieces each, which is 180 gold. And I'll allow you to use that gold if you'd like to purchase up to level 2 items. And since I don't want you to start out with, since if you want to use that 180 and buy something pretty awesome for a level 1 character, that may leave some of you without armor. So in order to compensate for that, and to make sure you're protected on your adventure, I'll allow you to start out with a level 1 item. You can use that for armor, or you can risk fate and choose something else of level 1.
So if we did
if
the
you
standard,
say risk fate.
Oh, go ahead, Nate.
Sorry, you go first.
Oh, I was just gonna a clarifying question. If we do the standard route, take the 15 gold, would that mean we get like whatever the standard equipment is based on like the Pathfinder stuff, like based on the class?
Yes.
Okay. So okay.
A notice if we want to pool our gold together. My barbarian's build does not requires him to not actually use any weapons. Meaning I can potentially push some of my starting 30 gold to other people's plans and stuff. I just want to be able to have a shield, and that's pretty much it.
If the
dart
shield
shield.
is level 1, that is definitely doable, for sure.
What if it's 0? I mean, that's good too, right?
Yep, absolutely.
A dart shield is 8 gold pieces.
Yes.
I mean, as a monk for my primary, I don't use armor, so I can negate that. I would just all I really want is like a bow staff. That'll be a big thing for my build.
Yeah, I also do not need armor.
The bow staffs, I will, because they're going to be base weapons. I'll allow you to have those without it using your level 1 item.
How do
Shit.
I look for it and like sort weapons and objects by their levels?
I find that the Archive of Nethys is a little bit better to peruse items from if you're not on a. I mean, it kind of works on a phone as well if you're not on PC, but I'm on PC, and the character creation tool has it leaves a lot to be desired in the terms of ease of use. So
Yeah, I was
Archives of
gonna
Nethys is
say.
going to be your best bet for sorting by item level.
Alright, I'm starting to look right now.
What items would we want to get for like a spellcaster?
I guess would you need some type of like? I guess would you need like Or is that just
Yeah.
come with you?
No. You have to, add all of your equipment as well. That's the situation. So, like, I know I need a spell book, a shield component, carry away, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We just need that added. That's only 2 gold pieces, including carry away.
Hey, Josh, did you link that thing where the items you mentioned?
The archive of Nephis. Yes, I will put
Okay,
that in general chat here.
I could just Google too. I forgot what the name was, but that's helpful.
prd.com and the letter /equipment.
Thank you.
Archive of Nephis does not want to load.
Yeah, I was having the same issue. I'm not sure.
I got up. How do I know if an item is +1, +2, or is it just there in the description?
I think like you have to pull up a tab, open up the compendium, and look at the items on its full page. I wouldn't recommend looking it up in the character sheet.
Yes, I would recommend the archives of Nethys.
Yeah,
It will
this looks
definitely
really
be a lot better for looking at items specifically, just because
There
the
we go.
tools leave a lot more to be desired in ease of use.
Yeah, so
Archive of Nethys. Where's that?
if you look at the Children of Doma text channel in the Discord, Glitter linked it there.
Ooh, that is a lot. All right.
While you guys are looking, in the same vein of collaboration, another really awesome thing that I'm doing for this campaign is fate points. Now, you're probably going to be like, no, that's probably like inspiration. Yes and no. Fate points are awarded when you overcome a pretty big challenge. For example, there will be a challenge tonight at the very end. We're going to do a short role play intro. No fighting. There will be one challenge that if someone does succeed, they'll get a fate point. The fate point allows you to change an entire storyline event that you are a part of. For example, the great big bad is about to summon a kaiju to destroy the city. You could use your fate point to divine intervention, for example.
You just made me. I almost choked. I was drinking water. You cannot hit me with that surprise.
It is entirely overpowered, but that is the point of it. It will allow you to change a situation that you are a part of, and basically mold fate to your will.
Let's see here.
So it kind of sounds like we want to go with that second option where we get the more gold to kind of distribute to get some better items, and then all with a level 1 item.
Yes.
Yeah.
30 pieces each. You can choose with that pooled gold 180 up to level 2 items. And you'll start with at least one level 1 item or below.
I throw my head in for that option as well.
Yeah, let's try it out.
That sounds fun.
Yep.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, that's the one we'll go with then.
Cool.
So just if you have ideas, you can collaborate in the general chat. put the item name and its cost, and we'll keep a tally of your pool of gold.
Do we need to
oh.
include stuff like I saw that there's like explorer's clothing that's like half a gold piece or something? Is that just like do we want to count that as well?
If your clothing, you will be entitled to one pair of clothing of your choice.
Okay.
So basically, what you were able to get, before
I
the
choose
campaign started.
pants.
Excellent. Move right along. Hero points. They are basically inspiration. You will gain 1 hero point per session, and at various intervals for heroic or epic actions. Basically, they do like inspiration. Reroll your dice and take the better roll.
Sweet.
We have how many points?
You start with 1 per session, so you have 1 now. And throughout the session, if you do something really cool, really epic, or heroic, you'll get another one. They're distributed by me, of course. In that same vein, I gotta let you know that there is a reputation system. You will be starting with the ignored reputation. It is neutral. Yeah, so no one knows who you are yet. Or if you have a backstory and you want to be, something different, let me know.
I thought I come this game to forget the fact I'm ignored.
Damn it, I hate when real world bleeds in. Sorry, bro.
Cool.
Question.
Yeah.
Given my character's background, my character would be, at least in the case of Adam, he'd be pretty well known, wouldn't he? At least in the
Depends
situation of the
on.
town he was in.
Yeah, it depends on, which town you're in. Yeah, I would say that's pretty fair.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here's where the fun questions start, everybody. I'm looking at shields right now. I'm familiar with what an AC bonus is, but I'm not familiar with shields having an HP stat or a hardness stat. What are those?
Hardness is basically its AC, I believe, and if someone hits your shield, it can damage it. If it damages more than its HP, it breaks. So if, for example, you want to sunder someone's weapon, if someone's wielding a Holy Avenger and you're like, man, that sword really hurts, you could stop attacking the person and start attacking the sword.
What does the bulk mean? What is the bulk?
I believe it's weight. You all have a carrying capacity.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna buy some explorer's clothing.
If it's your starting clothes, then you get those without needing to buy them. You'll get 1 pair of clothes each, no charge.
Oh, okay. I don't know if that's the starting clothing. Actually, let me look.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was. Maybe. I don't know.
I will return my tearaway clothing. That is
No.
not necessary because I am taking the high fashion fine clothing.
Ah.
All that I have that I know that I need is a spell book and a material component pouch. That is 1.5 pieces of gold.
Yeah, it looks like you guys have, from just gauging it, it looks like you guys got quite a bit of gold pulled together already, so that's good.
If we're going to be doing any like travel, does anybody want to get a horse or cart or buggy or anything like that?
Okay.
Right, so
Of course.
Very, very good point.
I'll be expending 2 gold for a steel shield.
Is that do you want to use the gold, or are you using your level 1 item?
I believe Steel Shield is a level 0 item.
Yeah,
only
if
level-
you want to use your level 1 item for a steel shield, you can, or you can buy it. It's up to you.
I think it's more worth it to just buy it. It's just 2 gold.
All right. All right.
Alrighty, let's see here.
So just make sure to anything you buy, make sure you put it in the general chat so we can keep a running tally of the gold you have in the pot. Thank you.
Alrighty, let's see here.
We're gonna need some crafters tools, right, for all of our crafting
Alrighty.
people.
Mhm.
I have no idea what Barbenheimer is going to do or be yet, besides being a skeleton with a funny voice.
Oh,
The dream cave.
Josh, is it okay if I random question? Because I'm looking at Patrick's stats versus the armor he needs. Strength 12. I guess I didn't realize how low his strength was going to be. Anyway, I can knock 2 off my intelligence to put that in the strength.
Let me see. I don't believe it works quite that way, though. If you have optional ability boosts that you chose for intelligence, for example, you could, go back in your character creation and make those options for strength.
Cool. I'll see if I can do that.
Unfortunately, the tools are not there yet for me to be able to look at your sheet myself on my end. But when I was making a character, I was able to have some control over the optional ability boosts.
All right, I'll double check there. Because yeah, that's gonna decide what kind of stuff I get. If this ever loads. There we go.
Hmm. You said our clothing is not included in the big money pile.
Right. If you get one pair of clothing of your choice to get for free. Yeah.
Do the adventurers packs do those just come with us regularly, or do we have to buy those?
Adventurers pack. What does it have in it?
It's a starter kit for an adventure containing the essentials for exploration and survival: a backpack, a bedroll, 10 pieces of chalk, flint, and steel, 50 feet of rope, 2 weeks ration, soap, 5 torches, and a water skin.
Excellent. Yeah. I'll say that you guys already have those since
Okay.
you are already on your adventure.
Okay.
What was that called again?
An adventurer's pack.
Adventures pack. Okay.
Alright, so we all each had one of those?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
What do you think about floating tents and spending money on those?
A floating tent?
Mhm. They are level 2s.
Oh,
Floating tent. I mean, that
that,
could
that's
be
dope.
handy.
Pathfinder, you guys. You want it, we got it.
Yeah.
Ooh. All right. I gotta look through all the. So the immediate +1 that I look at and that I'm fascinated in is definitely. I look down and I say, "Is that a grappling gun?" That's definitely up there for now, but I'll have to look through stuff too.
I guess, Josh, here's a question for you. I mean, how much are we looking at sort of traveling survival type items versus individual combat type items? Like, are you envisioning a campaign where
There will be a healthy portion of survival,
okay,
which will include, combat. So, I'm not going to tell you what to buy, but if you wanted to buy some survival-esque gear, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
okay,
I mean, survival should be easy for me. I don't need to eat.
Neither
That
do
being
I.
said, since we're talking about the
Usually.
world, I'll move on to another point I had to talk about. This is going to be an open world sandbox.
Mm.
In the same vein of playing a video game, um, there's not going to be really any limits on you guys as players in terms of the exploration. But that also means that there's no guardrails to um, help you avoid dangerous monsters. Intelligence gathering is going to be pretty encouraged with simple roles that should provide a tone and certain clues to provide you with information if a place is dangerous or not. Um, if you ask, hey, we want to go to this mountain, and your intelligence comes up with people die when they go to this mountain, and you ignore the clues, please do not get upset with me if you run into a dragon.
I'll be dragging my nuts on its face, don't worry.
Sure you will. Sure you will.
I'll punch it really hard and then I'll win.
Yes, you'll win all of D&D just like that.
But
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
Pathfinder.
I'll win Pathfinder so hard I win D&D instead.
Yes, yes, yes. Silly me.
A question for the team.
Hmm.
How many characters here have dark vision?
I'm an
Yes.
elf.
I am a strange aberration that defies all logic. I think I have it.
I don't know if that necessarily means I have it automatically, does it?
how does this figure out where it?
There's a
Set-
perception box that says like what you have. Like, for example, my Kitsune, I get vision. I gain
I
low
have
light vision.
low light vision, yes.
So I'm assuming that's that's like a bit of like
Yes.
what dark vision would be, whereas my Venara does not.
Absolutely. Yes.
Perception. There. Yes. Low light vision. Okay.
Here. Okay.
If you click on that box, it tells you if you're how well you can see, hear, and smell things.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't see anything that specifically says dark in darkness or not, though.
So that if that doesn't specifically say, I do not believe you have it.
Right.
If your character could see in like low light, that is the equivalent of like dark vision, because dark vision doesn't like in D&D doesn't let you see all details in the dark. It just means you can see well enough in the dark to not need light.
The reason I asked is because I saw a potential level 1 item. It's an ever burning torch.
I mean, that sounds useful either way.
Says that it sheds light
Yeah,
and it
if you have
requires
low
no
light
oxygen.
vision, then you'll have vision in dim light, whereas dark
Oh,
vision
I see
and
this.
greater dark vision will give you vision in darkness per se.
I see now. I had to scroll.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I don't think any of us have dark vision then. Wild. I feel like in Ren's campaign, all of us had dark vision.
Yes, yes.
The human has
I
one.
do
If
believe
that's the
that
case,
it may be something that you can get if you customize your character a certain way. You can give yourself dark vision on some races.
Okay.
Let's say in that situation, I think my level 1's probably going to be Ever Burning Torch then.
Okay, yeah. Level 1 can definitely be that. You already have your shield paid for, so makes sense.
question is my freebie level 1 item is scale mail level 1.
Do you have Archive of Nethys open?
I do.
Scale mail is
there's-
level 0.
Oh, can I?
I was gonna
Is it
say
like? Is it
there's an
one?
equipment. Sorry.
Is it like scale mail plus 1 I can grab then, or?
Scale
Go
mail
to the
plus 1.
Or is that not a thing in Pathfinder?
I don't believe that's the case. There may be other scale mail that will give you additional ones, but I don't necessarily think they have plus 1s per se.
Or composite and pencilable scale. What level is that?
There should be, if you have Nethys opened, in the list of stuff, if you click on level, it'll sort by it.
Oh, okay.
And you can also filter things specifically to look at armor or just weapons or just special items. It's actually a pretty good
Oh.
website.
Okay. Now I'm cooking with gas. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just.
Horses are only
Yeah.
2 gold points.
Damn.
Yeah.
So rude.
Yes, they are. That's nice.
Dang it. Runes are not something I can go with right now. Dang it. Worn items. Right. Behind this.
No. Walking cauldron.
Well, I can't find any level 1 armor that I have a good loadout for, so I'm just gonna take the regular old scale mail.
Okay. Your level 1 will be that scale if you'd like.
I think. Ooh. Let me take a look here.
I will say this. As far I mean, maybe I want to speak on before cleric, but I know I have a bunch of healing stuff, and I believe my medicine is my medicine is decent. So do we want to? Is it like a health kit that
Healer's tools. I'm writing it down.
healer's tools? There we go. How
Beam.
much?
I think I just started cooking. But I may need a light financial contribution from the team to make this work.
Yes.
So Josh, you said we can potentially buy up to a level 2 item, right?
Yeah, if you can buy level 2 items with your pooled gold, the 180. Right now, it looks like the only thing that was taken from the pool was your shield. So you have 178 gold left.
Alright, so I'm gonna say something, and John, you said you're making a monk, so this is something is worth looking at for you too.
Pete also is making a monk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So, for all us people who are going with unarmed attacks, a potentially very interesting level 2 item I just found was the Hand Wraps of Mighty Blows +1.
Right. Yeah, I saw those too.
I know I'm going to be using a bow staff a lot for mine. So, like, I'll have the unarmed attacks and stuff, but the bulk of my things will come from my staff. So, I feel like if you two want those, because it sounds like you, like, or at least I don't know how Pete is building his monk, but it sounds like you, Nate, are specifically going to be punching stuff.
Yeah.
That might be
Yeah.
really good for you.
They're
A
35
specific-
gold, so I wasn't gonna throw that out until we
Okay.
knew a little more. But
So if
Yeah.
that's the case, then that would probably it wouldn't be good to buy multiples of those at least right away. If we find them like later in game and want those, then sure. But if we do like
right,
one now,
and
that's
it's like
Just throwing this out there because I want you guys to have all the information. Most DMs will allow you to buy items from pretty much any shop. My world is definitely not like that. You're going to be out in the boonies. There are some magical items that these poor folk are just not going to have. This pool kind of it kind of ignores that rule for this one time. So just keep that in mind. If there's something specific that you feel that you want, that you feel like won't be available in the city, you might want to get that. I'm not saying that they will or will not be available in the city. I just want you to keep that in mind when you look at your items.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to try selling this as a concept to you all. So initially, the thing that fascinated me most about Barbarians and Pathfinder is that they actually have kind of equivalents to Paladin Oaths, where if there are specific rules that you break, the effects of your subclass are deactivated for a day. And the subclass that I chose, Animal Instinct, one of its things is I cannot battle using a weapon. However, in turn, my unarmed attacks are really solid. So at the moment, because my animal instinct is gorilla, any punch I make is doing 1d10 bludgeoning. With Hand Wraps of Mighty Blows, it increases the amount of weapon dice you use in unarmed attacks by 1. So every punch I would make that lands deals 2d10 damage before all my rage and strength comes in.
That is pretty sick.
yeah, I mean, I think Nate, those make sense for both of us because I'm just doing unarmed attack as well. It's just a matter of, I mean, that's yeah. I think we can put those on the wish list right now, and then once we sort of see how everything else shakes out, it's
Alright.
35 gold, so I feel like that's not unlikely. They're also cool because you can like add runes to them to power them up, and I guess it's just like unarmed weapon basically, which seems cool.
Alright, I'll list this right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
They should put those things in D&D. Make Monk worth taking a look at.
Monk is still pretty good in D&D.
Yeah, but I want to punch really hard, and D&D is not built for punching to be very hard.
Yeah, you just gotta optimize the build, but yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. You're gonna look at things in Pathfinder and be like, yeah, this is ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah.
Where would I find like a magic robe or something?
Let me look under here.
I feel
Maybe
like
under.
I haven't seen one.
What am I looking at right now? I'm thinking
Armor? Can't be armor, can it?
Could be.
Scroll
Ooh.
Let
robe.
me
Oh,
say,
nice to
I
see.
think it's under worn items.
Is it a
Oh.
warren item?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here are your cloaks and your goggles and your robes and whatnot.
Alright. Some other interesting level 2 items that I'm looking at right now are Hand of the Mage, which is just an item that lets you use Mage Hand, and a Hat of Disguise, where once per day you get Illusory Disguise, and I assume that functions as Disguise Self. I'm gonna zoom back into the level 1s and see if there's anything interesting, though.
Yep, it is an illusion. So you can look like someone, but if someone, tried to give you a hug, they would be able to tell. So you don't exactly polymorph, but you do appear as someone else.
Wait,
Alright.
Joshua, can I change my clothing to Dwemer Weave robes instead?
Let me see.
Robes that let your clothes look like anything.
Oh, kind of like Venom.
Yeah.
The,
You know
the
what?
single most underrated power that Venom has, he can make the host look drippy as hell.
You know what? I like it. Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. I'm still struggling trying to figure out what I actually need to buy, though.
Another interesting item I'm looking at for just the one object list is the Ring of Discretion. A Ring of Discretion magically conceals any armor and sheathed weapons you're wearing by either turning them invisible or creating the illusion of ordinary clothes. Does
That
not
is pretty
change
cool.
your. So if we need, that could be a way to potentially sneak some equipment into a situation. Some muddly. Oh, Mud Lily. I wasn't reading that right.
We were talking a little second ago, but I guess the only two things I'm thinking for patches, well, what's it called, healer's kit or something like that.
How much was that, Glitter?
The healer's kit, healer's tools was 5 GP. Sorry, I got a list going.
Do we consent to having the cleric and the oracle, the healer bots, each getting a healer's tools?
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I was gonna
Makes
say that. That helps everybody, so I thought that'd be a very uncontroversial purchase.
Okay. Sure. Go ahead and put that down in the chat.
Stamina. That's what that means. So,
By the way, oh, go ahead, Nate.
question for cleric and oracle. How high tier does your level of armor get? Are you at medium or can you wear heavy?
I'm at medium.
Alright.
I'm at none.
Oh,
same.
really? Clerics don't have. I'm gonna say you two being armored and being able to give yourselves an AC as high as possible seems high priority. So I'd be willing to throw some of my gold into getting either of you a good high level heavy or medium armor piece.
No, I'm only trained in unarmored on this one.
Really? My strength is only 14, so there's not too crazy armor I can get. I got my big stats here are strength, constitution, and charisma, because oracles are charisma. Even though my character is gonna have an ugly face, he might end up being the face of the party. But
My current stats spread out because barbarian is 18 strength, 16 con, and then 12 each in Dex and Charisma. I can swap that around to balance it out better, though, if y'all need.
I think. I haven't had a chance to. I can't find where to add it on the official list, but Zaza says like probably being like a battle oracle is that I can like choose a weapon and get proficiencies in it. It's okay if I just choose axes and I add just a regular axe to my inventory.
Sounds good. Yeah.
And my
Alrighty. What good axes are out there?
Oh, Ben, what's your character's Dex, by the way?
Low. I'm doing this whole thing is a Frankenstein's monsters tribute, so I decided not. I think his dex is like 10.
I was gonna say, because I'm looking at medium armor with high AC and low Dex cap, and I saw two interesting things worth looking at for you. One is called Lamellar Breastplate, and the other is Lattice Armor. They do have a little bit of a speed penalty, though.
I
for,
mean, I'm
like,
okay
movement
being.
speed.
It looks like Glitter put down a little bit of a list there. Did you guys want to look at that
I was
and approve that?
I was about to copy it. Well, copy the format too.
I think number one thing I think let's just all make an executive decision. No matter how expensive it is, do we want to guarantee that we start with a bag of holding?
Do those exist in Pathfinder?
I thought I saw a bag of holding in the item list.
See something. It's level 4 item.
Alright, we can't. Alright.
It was definitely a level 4 item. Yeah.
Oh, shucks.
Good try though. Good try.
Something that I thought for a level 2 item for my secondary character, since they're an investigator, there's an item called a book of translation. That it's like a leather bound book, and each volume offers translation for a different language. Oh, this is for a specific language, not for like all of them.
That would be pretty powerful.
Yeah, I was gonna say that for 25 gold, this seems like a pretty busted item, but now I'm reading through it a little bit more.
That sounds excellent.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Never mind. Ignore me.
Sometimes I
Oh,
wish
did
I
you say
could.
something?
Alrighty.
I definitely want to invest in a chest, horse, and cart.
Yeah,
For
I think that's
everybody.
important.
That's a good
I'll make
call,
sure
yeah.
that we have a good lock on that chest.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I think I found the best armor. I think standard chainmail for you, Ben, is gonna be probably the best.
I don't have enough strength for it.
It requires wait a minute. Oh, I required 16. God.
Yeah, make sure you meet your
Armor is
requirements for your
complicated in
item.
this game.
Yeah, rules are crunchy, but items are also more overpowered.
Man.
But
Good
I like
gosh.
the list that you put together, Sam.
Okay, we
Would that
got one
be-
approval for Sam's list.
Would that be that's for like all the items we would collectively buy?
Yeah.
What's a star knife?
Okay.
What's a what?
I saw top of the list, star knives.
That's one of the weapons that I'm actually proficient in.
Ah, cool.
So that's just a set of like the knives that come off of rings.
Nice.
Do
I
we
would
have
just the one thing I would like to add is a crossbow for my investigator. Otherwise, I will be good.
Okay, go ahead and add that to the general chat, and I'll tally up all of our stuff here.
What's an
How
ignitor? Is that just like something to make things catch on fire?
Yeah.
In that case, I'm cool with all this, yeah.
How much do we have? How much do we have left?
I am doing the math now.
Egad's math.
I blame our schools. Yeah, a bunch of kits would be good. Alright. What's everyone's thoughts on the free level ones you're each grabbing? Because I'm definitely gonna be sticking with the Everburn torch. It just seems too high value to not take.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out something that makes sense.
So great news is so far with the list, Pete stuff and John stuff, we're still at 110 gold.
Nice. I have absolutely zero idea what I'm going to be building out for Sigmund. So everyone, quick remind me what magic classes we don't already have.
Well, we have a sorcerer.
And a wizard.
No, because
You're a wizard, Ren.
Ren's a wizard, and Sam's going to be using a cleric. So I want to grab a charisma caster, yeah. A skeleton that got his powers after he got reanimated. That's rough.
It's Captain Bach.
That or I could be a psychic.
Honestly, I was looking at Sidekick and it looks really fun.
Aim before you become a Jedi.
I definitely have to sit down and learn that, but I'm interested in freeing the full potential of my intellectual faculties. What's a thaumaturge?
It basically. I actually looked it up. And I was actually considering making Alexander one of those. Basically, it's someone who uses monsters' natural weaknesses and incantations to beat them. So think like Harry Dresden or maybe Dipper from Gravity Falls. Not like your.
I was thinking like the Monster Hunter characters, where they just break off pieces of monsters and make it into new shit.
Yeah, basically that.
So Oracle's gonna be charisma already, so we're gonna have each of the 3 mental stats covered. Do I want to go bard and attempt singing in the skeletal impression?
You're at, with Ren's items, you're at 100 gold pieces.
Can I pick up just a regular old battle axe and some kind of shield? I don't want a lot of bow.
I have a. I like to grab a steel shield for myself. That's 3 gold.
Here, I'll grab a steel shield and a regular battle axe for another.
You said
Makes
everyone
sense.
gets a up to +2 item.
Everyone gets a +1 item for free.
+1 item for free.
So if you buy your starting equipment, you can use that +1 for something spicy.
Yeah. For each character or each player?
Or each player.
Each player. Okay. I am.
Could we make our clothes +1?
I'm sorry now?
Could we make our like explorers clothes +1?
Let me. Is that an item?
There is like the you can put runes on them, but it's a lot of gold. So I was wondering if that's like, what's your gold limit on your +1?
As long as it's considered a level 1 item, is there a level number for the rune?
Let me look real quick.
Because if it has like levels, and it was a level 1 rune, I don't see any harm.
Yeah, it looks like I'm looking at the runes page right now. The minimum level of runes you can get is level 2.
Yeah.
And these are things that are like applied to a weapon or applied to like level 3 is like articles of clothing, it looks like.
Yeah, so if you wanted to get a rune, you'd have to use the
on it.
pooled gold. So
Nah.
So here's a question for the team. So
you're at 92 gold with that steel shield.
what do you like? Basically, what he the. Let me see here. Let me see here. Exemplar.
Looks like 89 with the Dwarven War Axe.
Now, if we don't know 100% what we need, my humble opinion is, why not just spend it all on health potions? Because I'll be honest, I don't know much about Pathfinder. I'm going into this pretty new. The one thing I am certain of, though, is healing's always appreciated. So I mean, if we don't know what else to do, how about health potions?
So, considering we're down to the getting stuff section, may we revisit the concept of the hand wraps of mighty blows?
Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense for you, Nate. I don't think I'm gonna do it because I'm not. I'm trying to find. I'm just gonna be a tank. I'm not trying to deal damage necessarily.
Yeah, my focus is going to be getting on top of someone, grappling them, and beating the stuffing out of them. All right, so anyone in opposition to hand wraps of mighty blows?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, as you could say that he's about to go ape shit.
Ha 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 ha!
I figured out the level 1 item that I was gonna take for Ashi. I'm gonna take a tattoo.
Oh, which
I'm
tattoo
actually
is
looking
that?
at the same thing now.
I'm gonna take the memoir map, where it's like your journeys and the major events in your life that occur after you obtain this, like, will appear on it. So, like, as we accomplish things, like the journey of my character, and I'm assuming our adventures will just kind of appear as like designs on my body.
That is honestly
Maui
that
that
is
shit.
honestly really cool. You know what? Take that for free.
Fuck. Okay.
That
Another-
is inspiration right there. That is actually pretty cool. I'm looking at it now. That is a lot of roleplay potential there.
Yeah, especially another flavor for my character is he's a storyteller, so this like plays into him very well.
So I gotta ask then. Supposed that you've already had this, what's on your body already?
I would say starting out is like you see depictions of. I would say actually it's relatively new because my character's age is just reaching like maturity. So part of thing is once they reach maturity, he's going on his own to like set out and find his way. So as like as a rite of passage, like completing monk training and all of that stuff, and now going out into the world to tell stories and seek adventure, you start with this. So right over his heart is what looks to be like a symbol that emphasizes like where home is, and it shows like the distance traveled and all the things since then, like as it kind of like lattices out from this like central point over his heart.
Nice. Okay. Cool. I
I
like
would say
that.
the first thing that you would see on his body is when he met Shinodo.
Ah, cool.
And we can get into that when the actual game comes, because it'll like be, you can see it very clearly, and it might be a good like talking point, so I can bring that up later.
Ooh, yeah. Good
Hold
point.
on, gang. I've made a goof.
Oh.
What is the goof?
So the hand ramp of Mighty Blows by itself does not give the increased dice on punches. That's if it has a striking rune on top of it.
Yeah, it
Oof.
just gives. It starts out giving you a +1 to your attack,
Yeah,
but
that's
then you can level it up.
Oh, we can make it better later?
Yeah, it seems like a thing for weapons in this game where you can just like add runes.
Oh yeah, you can improve items.
To
Just like if they break, you can repair them.
Oh, sweet. In
So
that case,
that
I'll keep them then, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Still pretty good. Long-term strategy. I like it.
Alrighty.
Hmm.
With that...
You guys with the minus 35 for the wraps are at 54 gold.
For some reason, my sheet is saying I have 6 bulk when I have nothing in my other character's inventory. It's weird.
Alrighty.
Is that a section that highlights how much bulk you have, or?
Yeah. I have 6 out of 9 bulk.
And you don't have like clothes on that have bulk on them,
I deleted everything.
and then you refresh just to make sure.
Yeah. Here, let me.
Very strange.
I know, isn't it? Very,
I
very
would
strange.
need the tools to work for us to be able to use them. I mean, there is another app that we could use if these are just borked.
Well, worst comes to worst, I can figure out the bulk in my head.
Yeah. If we have to, we can definitely move over to Path Builder, which is actually a little bit better than this. But if it's just the bulk giving you issues, then we can
Yeah.
work with that.
Well, not a problem. Okay.
Alright. Now I'm rebuilding
Any gold
Barbenheimer.
that you guys do not use, I'm going to divide by 6 and give it to you individually. So if you can't find something to buy with the 54 gold, then you each would likely get 9 gold pieces.
Between the shield and the hand wrap of blows, I've already gone through what would be my fair share, so you can pass that on to everyone else what you would have given to me.
Very well.
Well, honestly, I'm okay with that because I don't think you said what's wrong with any gold. It's just we divide this gold up, so we all have basic bits equipment and a little bit of change in our pockets, so we can adapt for what happens. Which I think that's a good place to start out.
Actually, both Sigmund and Adam starting with absolutely no money kind of works, because Sigmund is will be a freshly resurrected skeleton trying to figure out what brought him back, and Adam is just a broke motherfucker.
Now, I will say, Nate, the same thing that I brought up when Ben was trying to be undead Patches. This is a good campaign. A lot of the mentorish slash NPC characters are going to be good. Undead is not good, so there is likely to be strife there.
I'm so okay with that. You have no idea how okay
Okay.
with that I am.
All right. I just want to warn you that if you make a wrong turn and happen within a church and everyone attacks you, that can totally happen.
I'm simply going to do my best Skeletor impression and charm everyone. Not like
Okay.
magically, I'd just be a cool guy.
You can do that for sure.
Alrighty. So, I think the loadout for Sigmund is Undead Sorcerer, because he is undead.
So Ren, looks like you're getting a Nodachi. Good one.
Yes. That's his whole shtick. He's got a quirky proficiency.
Excellent. So that brings us down to 48.
Alrighty.
Is there anything Axel? Well, I know you gave previous conversations. We gave Axel his workshop kind of for free, which thank you for that. But is everything Axel's going to need to be useful covered in that workshop?
Did you read the item?
You
You should read the item.
Private workshop. Yep. Oh, yep. It's stocked with mundane tools and all of that. Yeah, it looks like Axel doesn't need anything because unless there's something that unless there's something I'm totally overlooking. I feel like as an inventor, the workshop pretty much covers everything Axel needs. Especially since he's not going to be out adventuring, he's got stuff to make.
Yeah, the only thing that it wouldn't cover is any materials and the gold used to start the items. That's the only thing it doesn't have. But tools wise, yes, you have everything.
Okay.
If you're wondering, guys, what he's talking about, if you created a crafting character, let me know, and I will allow you to take an item, and it can be quite higher than level 1. If you are a character that is not a crafter and have a connection to a deity, otherworldly entity, patron, etc., let me know, and you will get a major boon. And got your 7 GP bull pendant.
I think my secondary character was going to be a crafter of some sort.
Secondary character is just a funny skeleton. This probably won't actually work out that well for any sort of downtime activity, but I think he's gonna be. I will do a funny voice the whole time. So,
but you get to do a Skeletor impression, which really isn't that why we're here.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do I need a wand to cast a spell?
It looks like wands are more
I
like
don't think
single-use items.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't unless you want to have one.
Yeah.
It's a once per
Well,
day use.
they're prohibitively expensive, and there aren't any that are second level items. They're all 3 level. Level 3
Remind me,
items.
what type of crafter are you, Pete?
Are there specific options? It's my secondary
Yeah,
character, so I haven't
you
sort of
know,
figured it out.
alchemist, blacksmith. You know, what specialty
I was
are
thinking
they?
of like a blacksmith or a tanner, like a leather worker kind of
Okay,
guy.
let me see.
Maybe this is if this is too much table talk, shut me down. But from what Sam says, she has an alchemist. I have a more like sci-fi inventor, like robotics type. So someone like who's either an enchanter, maybe like a wizard, or someone like you said, a tanner to kind of fill in a niche that the other ones don't have might be the best call.
All right, Pete.
Mhm.
For you, look up Toolkit of Bronze Whispers.
Okay. I think my level 1 item is going to be a predictable silver piece for my main guy.
And the faith that it mentioned is going to be Eve instead of Bre.
I see a spell that's just called Detect Metal, and I'm imagine it's not actually like a substance. It's just you cast a spell and you know where the guitar guy from Mad Max is at that exact moment.
I want to detect metal. Your watch is made out of metal. Yes, this arcane sorcery.
Detect Metal. Ozzy Osbourne is 500 miles away. Oh man. Wait a minute. Is that a guidance? Mind if I do? I'm gonna have to take a deep dive and learn about what spells are best for an undead sorcerer. For now, though,
It's better if you work.
Got your religious symbol.
The what?
The cleric's religious symbol. You're at 39 pieces of gold.
Because like, Patches doesn't know who he's supposed to worship, so he's just gonna embrace the chaos that
Good
he is.
old chaos. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
all right. Don't worry, guys. I have. Fortunately, the sorcerer spell list apparently includes guidance. So Sigmund will have your back when you are engaging in acts of musing of the engineering or artistic views and shit. I don't like. I'm not good at
Nice one.
zoning that.
I
Nice.
was looking at this guy like, oh no, I need him, don't I?
Mm-hmm. Would you like an extra point in your ability check?
Fine.
What do you think, Pete?
About what?
The item.
It seems cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just add that and make sure that you just change the fate that it references.
Okay. In the item. Remind me what I'm changing it to.
The original faith is, I think it's Brech.
Yeah.
Change it to Eve.
Did that do any? Oh, faith.
Holy cannoli.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little overstimulated by all these items, so I'm gonna retire with the items I got. Good with that.
Yeah, agreed.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, I did that a lot.
My loadout is prepared.
Yeah, I'm just.
I have some
glad we're all on the same
mystical
page.
weapons and armor and a healing kit. And you know what? Considering Patrick's background, it doesn't make sense for him to have a lot of really crazy stuff. So yeah, I'm good calling it here for Patches and Axel.
Adam and Barbenheimer are
Everyone, since Nate is giving up his gold and our items are now collected, will get 7 gold and 8 silver pieces.
Do we take away what the game already gave us?
Yeah. If it gave you gold when you started, then take that away and just add 7 gold pieces and 8 silver pieces.
Beautiful.
Dope.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, how many silver again?
8.
8.
a question for future reference. So, in this situation with these hand wraps of blows, how many runes can be put on them at once?
If you open up the item in like demiplane, there's there's almost like slots that you can add in.
Oh, let me take a look here. Oh, property runes. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So I don't know what the number is, but I think it won't let you put more than it wants you to.
That's a lot.
All right. I'm gonna give 2 of that gold and that silver to Patches and 5 of the gold to Axel.
Excellent.
So basically, for this, because I've already grabbed all my stuff and put it onto Adam, the quote unquote free stuff that Barbenheimer will be an adventures pack, a piece of clothing, and a level 1 item or lower, right?
If they will get whatever you give them from what you just got.
Mm.
They won't start with anything per se.
Screw it, then he's gonna be naked. Good thing he's a
Yes.
skeleton. Good thing he's a skeleton. It's not indecent.
Horrifying.
Good grief! I'm nude.
He's got a boner.
That's all
Fabulous.
I am.
You know, this is very humorous.
You know I have to
Yeah.
rib you for making such a bad pun, right?
Oh, I'm just ribbing you.
I just fucking said that.
How dare you use a pun after the pun was used before?
I know. I'm sorry.
A little bit more housekeeping. If you do have pictures or avatars of your characters, please make sure you send those to me before the next session so that I can make tokens out of them. We're going to do a short bit of roleplay as an intro. And then we'll likely be done in about 30-ish minutes.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna fill out.
But I will allow everyone to go ahead and finish what they are doing before we get started.
No.
I've been trying to figure
I'll
out how
temporarily
to.
fill out some spells for Barmenheimer now, and I might change them later if I want to change my mind, if that's okay with you.
Thank you for your wonderful characters.
You're welcome.
And yes, and even though Josh, I know that Patches isn't technically undead, I'm still gonna use the old Bolas call-off picture to represent him.
Yeah. I just want you to not get blasted in the face if you meet someone very against the undead.
True. I think Patches would technically be an aberration, but again, he doesn't. Well, we'll get into what he knows about himself in roleplay.
So many awesome looking characters.
Detect Metal is so silly. I kind of want to take it, actually.
Quick! This laptop won't detect metal on it.
See, area 30 feet. Man, that looks really bad.
Oh, I like that I can make containers for both the cart and the chest
Ooh.
Ooh.
Is
and organize it by that.
Sam are you the Pathfinder veteran amongst us?
Among Us.
Yes, and I have the sheets to prove it.
You might just become our leader.
Nah.
The thousands of sheets and spreadsheets.
We once logged a year on the back of a paper.
An entire downtime year that I was like, yeah, we're just gonna, do a quick downtime year. These guys took a real life year to do their downtime year. It was great.
Alright. Message means I can do a silly Skeletor whisper to everybody, so we're taking that.
I know.
I don't think he can hear us.
And prestidigitation's always good.
Yeah, this spell list is something else. It is just trying to look at the cantrips is
Yeah, Josh, where's the throw a banana spell? Come on.
Yeah, man.
What about summon a guy? Come on.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
happens to find
What was that one?
girlfriend,
It
bro?
was detect
Detect
gender.
pronoun.
Yeah,
Detect
yeah,
pronoun.
yeah.
I
We
am
need
looking
that.
for that. I'm not seeing it. Doesn't seem right.
How inclusive is this game really?
What about the bolt of sorcerousness?
See, I'm looking in D, and I don't see. You know
Where's
what? It's probably
Skuma's
in D.
boof bomb?
Yeah. Summon girlfriend/boyfriend.
Or just summon a partner.
Yeah.
Summon partner.
Oh, this is going to be so nice to not have to worry about spells.
Right?
Man.
I can't wait to
As,
worry about
as the
spells.
resident wizard is dying.
Yeah.
Can anybody find the bulk modifier of a cart?
The bulk modifier of card.
I don't know what those words mean, so I can't help you.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh.
George does not have mage armor.
I do not see a bulk modifier. I don't think that you'll be carrying it though.
It does
But
have
it-
fort +6.
Like a chest relieves a certain amount of bulk, bags relieve a certain amount of bulk. There should be like a bulk modifier that a cart would have to relieve a certain amount of bulk, you know?
If there isn't, that means you can put the entire world in a single cart.
I mean that sounds fair.
We want.
I think
wanna know how to
it's
do.
wagons can hold 1,000 bulk.
Okay.
Oh.
That's
Good
what I'm
investment.
talking about.
Covered
This is why
wagons.
you're the leader, Sam.
1,300. Horses. Let me see. Weigh about 1,000 pounds technically in Pathfinder, and they can pull 1.5 times their weight. Therefore, your two horses can pull around 3,000 pounds safely.
Okay.
Not to be a stickler, but it looks like a wagon is different from a cart.
Ooh, shit. Do we need to change our prices then?
Nah.
Let me see. Wagon as well. 1,000 bulk.
Who's that? This.
Please tell me magic missiles on this list. I want to be able to say magic missile while talking like Skeletor. No! Sorcerers don't have magic missile. No.
How much
Excellent.
is a covered wagon?
Let me look at the vehicles. One moment.
Now, where's
Looks
the
like
rest of
wagon is 25. Cart is 3 GP. Let's see.
Yeah, I think we would definitely need a wagon instead of a cart. We could probably get away with a cart until we could afford a wagon. I'm just being picky.
I don't know if. No, those are cantrips. But
Okay,
they're
10 by 10 by 5 versus 10 by 5 by 4. Can my inventor, instead of having a spectacular eyepiece, can my inventor have a covered wagon instead?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I think the I don't know if anyone else is trying to figure out spells, but does it seem like it's confusing cantrips and first level spells? Like it's just putting them in the same group?
I don't. No, I think it's just because there's some that have the same name as spells from D&D that have different things. So like detect magic is a
No.
cantrip, but
Yeah. Yeah.
then I think I saw True Strike and level 1 spells, and God, how do you make that one worse?
But Chill Touch is a cantrip. I'm looking at that right now. And then looking at my sheet where I have it added, saying Chill Touch is a first level spell.
Oh, that's annoying.
Oh, I think it's that you can upcast cantrips into leveled spells. I think that's what
Well,
it is.
cantrips have a level. You go to like a half or like a third of your level or whatever, but like it should show up in the cantrip section, not the level 1 spell section.
It could also be that the tool is borked.
The tool might be borked,
Hmm.
I
Yes.
think.
That may be the case. If it's acting weird like that. Let me read this real quick. I think what I'll do is I'll put this down as a little bit of homework for me, and I can double back with you in regards to your spells. You likely won't need them because this is going to be mostly role play that we're about to do.
Right.
Um,
Oh,
so yeah, let's go ahead and get some of this out of the way. Does anyone have any pressing questions before we get started?
Is it okay if I change my mind on what spells I want Barbenheimer to have later once I actually do more reading into
You have all
sorcerers?
the way up until the first session to change your characters.
Gotcha.
Okay, here's my question. If the whole goal of this game is to find a path, would that mean Wizard of Oz is just a game of Pathfinder?
I mean,
Well,
that
they
is
find the path at the very start of the movie. They just keep walking on it.
But they keep on going away from it, you know?
No, they stay on the Real Brick Road for a while, don't they?
that is definitely a philosophical question that we will have to get to the bottom of.
Yeah, no. I'm just going under the assumption that this is gonna be a little. I mean, my play is gonna be maybe a little rough, but I'm gonna figure it out as we go. I'm sure questions will occur as we walk.
Yeah, no worries. Everyone here is definitely learning the game. I don't think that any one of us has played Pathfinder Second Edition, so no worries. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is just give a little bit of an intro. Our beginning is going to start in the northern province of Rumus. The region is named after the Archmage Benedict Rumus of the Crystal Tower. It's in the northern part of the country of Dumaria. This land has experienced peace and prosperity after it was the center of a deadly struggle 249 years ago. This was a struggle that was between the Ascended Trio that left the country unable to maintain its stature. It was the only country in the world that was floating. The entire country itself was held aloft in the air and traveled all around the globe. The event that caused it to fall was called the Skyfall event. Enemies of the Empire of Doma heralded this as a monumental achievement, as it brought low a country that mainly held dominance over the world, both with arcane knowledge and through material constructs, their inventions. This event brought. Oh yeah, I already said that. This event was shadowed by a large internal strife where the Ascended Trio that had come fought amongst themselves. One of them died. The two that were remaining didn't return. This led to a power vacuum that gave way to horrific leader after horrific leader. These leaders, through their bad governance, would exhaust this once mighty empire until it maintained resources that were pretty much comparable to its neighboring countries. This is a continent in the middle of the water. Think Australia. In the last 100 years, the country has seen a revolution that freed its people. That revolution formed a democratic republic. Each of the 12 regions elect a member who then puts forth a candidate for national minister. Representatives are elected every 5 years with several requirements, one of which is not having a familial connection to any of the previous ministers. There is no nepotism. The minister is chosen. The ministers or the representatives are chosen every 10 years. The minister is chosen every 5 years, with the same conditions that they cannot be related to previous ministers or to previous representatives. Let me see. In Domaria, there are ancient forests that often whisper of rumors of darkness, though the peace that they have been able to enjoy the last 100 or so years have left the watchers of this place content. And through that content, they do not hear the whispers of darkness that often go throughout the outskirts of the land, not overseen by the guard of the once mighty empire. In the midst of the towering trees is a serene town renowned for its enchanting beauty and a harmonious blend of elven culture and nature's bounty. It is here, dabbled in the sunlight filtering through its leaves, that our journey begins. As dawn paints sky in hues of gold and amber, your party of 6 adventurers finds itself drawn by the unseen hands of fate. Ithrandil, the city, is a haven of tranquility. This once peaceful town is now shadowed by rumors that spread like wildfires of an ancient power awakening in a nearby ruin, Kazmorak. All right, now that that's over with. Shit, a little bit more. Insider City our adventurers find themselves gathering for a job to enrich themselves and to help them continue their various interests. Whispers have led them all to a musty tavern in the city center. The meeting hall upstairs already prepared for a conference of folk. This assembly includes at least a dozen folk from all walks of life. Around this large table are chairs. The table itself prepared with a feast of food that shows the lavishness of its conference's host. Where you begin, you find yourself seated around a large table with 12 people. What do you all do? What do you talk about?
One eats. He just starts grabbing food and putting it on his plate, and he's filling up.
Sigmund attempts to eat, but it just sort of goes through his jaw and then falls onto the chair.
Both characters are here.
Yeah. All of your characters are here at the moment.
So
Sorry.
again, neither of my characters are eating. You see kind of one big guy, cloak covering his eyes, trying not to make contact with anyone, and just kind of wiry looking robot. Looks like he's been cobbled together from a bunch of different metals, a bunch of different sources, real scrapbook kind of stuff. So it's elbowing him in the so it's like, hey, you can talk, like we can't just sit here forever and not say anything.
A human man in relatively unnoteworthy clothing, demeanor, even sort of his looks. All except for a peg leg that he is walking on before he sat down, says, on the contrary, I think it's be more than enjoyable if we all just waited for whoever the fuck called this meeting to get work going.
Garrick is going to lean over with a drink in his hand. He's a handsome elf with white hair, and some inconspicuous black robes, followed around by a big guy in black plate armor with a big sword. But he leans over and he asks these people what they think is going on.
Ashy responds and says, I don't know, but I want to know, what are you? Looking directly at Axel and Ben. I forget what your main character's name is.
Patches.
Patches and Axel just looking at just like straight up. He's sitting right next to you, just staring. Go and like, can I touch you? What are you?
Are you asking
There is
Axel
a
or
skeleton
Patches?
at the table, and he went for the Frankenstein first.
Yeah, so Patches is gonna open up his hood a little bit. You see, again, bullets call off Frankenstein. He's got these big metal bolts in his neck. There's a bunch of different stitchings all around his face. Looks like a bunch of different skin tone, faded gray skin tones all together. He just looks down and says, I don't know what I am, but I guess you can touch me. And he awkwardly holds out his palm.
And Ashy kind of like jumps to like a squat on the chair where he was like sitting and like grabs your hand with both of his to like shake. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, whatever you are. But isn't that the wonderful thing about life is we're all here just on our own journey to figure out who we are. My name's Ashy, and this quiet one underneath the table behind me is Shinodo. We're here to learn and figure stuff out and I guess go on some adventure, but if you're an interesting fellow, and I really would like to help you figure out who you are.
Oh,
And
well,
the bare naked skeleton goes over and says, I do believe
come on, guy. We all seen what a skeleton looks like before. I mean, come on. This guy's got like little metal things in his neck. What do you got? Just no ass.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, good grief! I'm naked.
My name's Ashy. What was your name again, fella? To you, Ben.
Patches. People call me Patches. My robot friend here is Axel.
Patches and Axel. Well, it's a wonderful to meet you. And I'm going to call you Pat because I like that name. Is that okay if I call you Pat? Because you say everyone calls you Patches, but I think we're going to be real good friends. So I want to call you Pat.
Pat sounds good. And like this frowning giant just cracks into a bit of a smile.
This is a good John. I'm so proud.
And as you two are shaking hands, what you see some like little like tufts of his fur because he's kind of sitting with like his chest relatively open, but you can see some like lines forming into what looks like a crude resemblance of your hand clasping his hand. And I look down and says, "Yep, we are definitely meant for great things, Pat."
How did you do that?
Let's not hog all the attention to ourselves, Pat. I'll tell you later. All right. I gotta keep things. Some things a little bit of a mystery. And Ashley like darts a look over to Shinoda, who just kind of like puts their paw and like their head into their paw and just like lets out a sigh. Oh, don't
That
mind him.
figure must be a master of the mystical arts.
Yes, I am. I am a great spellcaster. Totally. I have a great command over wind in particular. Do you want to see a demonstration?
Am I going to fall over?
Well, maybe brace yourself in your chair. I am fairly powerful.
Please don't fart in here. There's too many people.
Oh, thank God! I thought I was the only one thinking it.
Oh, you're no fun, old man elf guy with the pointy ears.
I'm not old.
Well, your hair is gray, and only my elders have gray hair, and they're like 6 million.
Oh, jeez, it's a kid.
Kid? Who you calling a kid? I'm a matured adult. I am 18 years old, if you have to know.
Adam in the corner just starts cracking up at hearing 18 and adult.
So funny. I am an adult. I'm a full 4.5 feet tall. I'm a full adult.
All right.
Oh, that's it. I haven't had one that's that good in a while.
You guys are having this exchange, and the door begins to open. You see a hooded figure. He begins to walk in. He's like, "Oh, wow. Sorry, I'm not a part of this. I just wanted to see what was going on. What are you guys doing in here?"
Secret
eating.
meeting
Secret,
and eating.
secret meeting,
Sigmund-
eating. Excellent.
Sigmund waves over and says, "Yeah, are you here to make friends as well?"
Well, perhaps. He comes in. He doesn't put down his hood. He does have a not a balaclava, but a half balaclava that covers his mouth. He looks over in the direction of Patches and Axel and says, "Well, yeah, it looks like you got the right motley crew here. Well, I'm just headed out myself. I was in the room next door and heard a bit of a commotion. We don't usually get a lot of guests in this room. I figured you were up to something." Well, secret meeting and all. No need to explain, though. Whenever you're done, if you're on a job or something like that, no need to tell me. I'll be passing through town again sometime, and maybe I'll look you up for a job. Are you all adventurers?
I sure am.
Oh, so
Between
you
jobs right
wouldn't
now,
mind
so I guess
a
I am.
good bit of coin. And he kind of takes out what you would expect to be a purse is not exactly a coin purse. It's more of a coin stack. Um, and by the jingling of coins, you get get the feeling that this gallon sack is roughly filled to about halfway. He says, yes, again, I'm not here to employ you now, though. Once you get done, maybe we'll have something real nice for you to do. Well, ta-ta,
Wait,
and
I have a question before you go,
Fairly
sir.
well. Have
oh,
a magical day.
sure. What is it?
If we do this alleged job one day for you, are you going to give us that whole bag of marbles?
Ah, well, maybe depends on how well you do.
I really like marbles.
Oh, I love them too, and with what's in this sack, you could probably buy a cart's worth. All right, ta-ta, and he exits out very quickly, and soon you see why. There's a gentleman who kind of comes in looking the opposite way, like, huh? A gentleman in a albino white and green robe. He looks very noble, if you will. Um, doesn't really seem like the type of individual that would one be residenced here in this city, though. Um, does have uh, what appears to be quite the know-how to quickly look around the room and kind of gain the measure of each of you. So they are quite experienced from what you can see. He says, well, it looks like you all are gathered. How did you like my food?
Axel and Patches at the same time say, I don't eat.
Sigmund says, "Well, if I may critique you, I didn't find it very filling." And he motions down to his rib cage.
Don't
Oh,
pay any mind to old bag of bones and to whatever that guy is. This food was delicious. Thank you very much for sharing. And we are ready to go and do whatever work. What was your name again?
my name is Marcus Delmar.
Marcus
You can
Del.
call me Mark if you'd like.
So you're
I'm
the
gonna
famed
call you
Marky Mark.
Del's fine as well. Ah, you see what I did there? All right.
I like him already.
So
Yes, yeah, and he takes a seat at the one of the heads of the table, which one's empty, and he says, "Well, I'm so glad that you've all have come. I did send for quite a few of you. It looks like about half are joining us, but I don't think that it's going to be that much of a problem. There is a gentleman, well, I mean, you all are decently perceptive. There looks to be a night attendant that appeared to be kind of escorting him. This night, um, seeing a motion that Marcus does, begins to walk out of the room and gently close the door. You inquisitive types probably can guess that he's going to stand outside and make sure that no one listens in. He begins. Well, as you can see, this job is pretty important. I'm from the Viridian Court, and as a result, I am willing to pay you all very handsomely for what we have in store for you. Though it will involve quite a little bit of wet work, I assume you all are okay with that.
Who are we killing?
I love to swim.
Puts food on the table.
Yes. Well, swimming
Right.
may be a factor, though.
Yes.
It really is a job that requires you to eliminate a certain someone. They are a very dangerous man. Currently, he is within the city, though we have it on good authority that here shortly, in about an hour, he is to be leaving. He's going to be going to the ruins to our southwest. I'm sure you've heard of it. Kazmorak?
Mm.
Hmm.
Go ahead and
What's the guy's
roll,
name?
if you guys have your characters, go ahead and roll a society check.
We do be living in one. Here we go.
Bit of a low, but 14.
Do I check? Do I roll with both or just one?
Just one. One. Every time you roll, just pick one character if you have both of your people present.
Adam
Axel-
got a 15.
Axel got a nat 20 for a 27.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. Well, let me start with 15. If you got at least a 15, you are pretty knowledgeable about the local area and its society. The whispers that first drew you to this town from your various walks of life have been from Kazmorak, the newly found ruins. They were recently excavated, and there seems to be some very ancient Doma influence. The Doma were very industrious. They were known for their great arcane constructs. For your natural 20, Kazmorak is it's dwarven, um, largely associated with crafting. Um, you with the natural 20 would probably understand from, I would assume that you've read it in a book somewhere, that the name means created being.
Question, because of Axel's backstory, is this where he came from?
No, he was not made here, though. The name implies that it does imply that something was created there.
Axel dresses. If he could spit, you can picture him spitting like self-righteous dwarven tinkerers. Wouldn't know a spark plug from a coolant.
It's about a half day's journey for those adventurous. Maybe a little bit more if you take your time. We do know that he didn't take any guards with him, so you won't have to worry about any interference. The reason why
Like
we've
a
assembled
foolhardy
so
move.
many of you is this man is definitely considered dangerous. As a result, to make sure that everything goes smoothly, I will be sending my escort with you.
That's a fascinating plan, but you mind including the part where this fella has a name or not?
I'm gonna
do
call
not,
him Steve.
We do not know his name,
It's Steve.
though yes, we can call him Steve.
Everyone meet Steve.
The tiny one says it is Steve. I believe the tiny one.
Excellent. Yes. Well, code name Steve
Yes.
will
That's
be
the killer guy whose
excellent.
name you don't fucking know?
Well, what we do know is that we had a party that was helping us excavate the ruins. That party has disappeared, and their gods as well. The archivist is also missing, and they are all of considerable means. None of them have returned, and I sent scouts not too long ago, maybe a fortnight, and they returned and said that the camp, which is just outside the ruins, is empty.
So what do we get for going into this Tomb of Horrors for you?
But very, very nice question. Well, and he picks up a chest. Not a large chest. I'd say about a foot and a half by 2 feet. And he opens it, and inside you see hundreds, if not thousands, of silver pieces. This man, if you bring him to us alive, you'll get this entire chest. Though, if he is dead, we'll still take that. You'll just get maybe about half of it. We'll
Tell me
give
my-
this to a mediator, and then all that you need to do is come back with my guard just outside. He will confirm that this is indeed the individual's corpse, and you'll collect your reward.
Sounds easy enough.
What if we bring him back and he's half dead?
You know what? I'll give you the entire thing, as long as he's half dead.
All right. I see some wiggle room, fellas. I'm sorry, fellas was too gender specific. Hell, yeah, see, folks, bringing in some variety adds us a benefit. You got to think on your feet here. Got to be very tactful in negotiations.
Excellent. I love the way you do business. That is how we would prefer it as well.
What was your name again?
Marcus.
Marcus. Oh, that's
Yes.
right. You're Dell.
Yes, Dell's fine.
And then what's your big your guard guy's name? Or is his name Steve? I can't remember who I named Steve.
Steve is the target. And,
Okay.
my guard outside, his name is, well, I'm not sure if he'd want me to give his name.
I'm gonna call him Gary then.
Gary. Okay, yes. Code name Gary. Yes, excellent. Very, very good. I like you. You don't really need a lot of finite detail, which is good.
That's
the verdict court actually doesn't like a lot of questions.
Well,
for me
that's
as
where
well.
I
The
come.
verdict
That's
court?
where I come in, and you see like a little fox kind of pops up from under the table with a notepad that has been taking meticulous notes this whole time.
Ooh,
Did I hear you say
I-
Avernus Court?
Yeah, I have
the verdict
questions.
court.
So you're from the verdict court, and you're wanting us to go after a guy that you're just gonna let his name be Steve, but I want to know his actual name. So do you actually know the guy that we're supposed to kill?
No. We
So then
just know
why?
that he.
So that we could just why are we trying to kill a guy that you don't know?
Well, because he comes from within the ruins.
Okay, but how do we know it's even the same guy if you don't know his name? You've just seen somebody, and all you humans looking people look relatively the same.
Well,
Adam
my
scrolls
spies
over
tracked him
asshole.
from the ruins. They saw him come out of the entrance. And
So
they
there's
followed
more
him
to it.
into
He
town.
came out of the entrance and he came into town. Okay. And you're just in. Was he a dwarf? Was he a normal person? Because you said he came from the Kazmarak
No,
ruins.
he's actually quite an older gentleman, though he does seem to have
So
a
elf,
proper
dwarf,
normal
human. What do we
gait.
got going on here? Need some identifiers. I can't just go looking for a guy.
He hands you a photo, not a photo, more of a portrait.
Okay, was this so hard? You couldn't have started with this? Ashley, you have to ask better questions. Well, I don't know. That's why I got you.
Yes, all proper questions. Absolutely. I was definitely going to get to this. No problem.
But not right away. And he like snatches the like photo and starts and looks at it.
And let me get that picture. One moment.
Yeah. Adam scoots over to get a look at the guy.
I'm posting that in the chat. Oop, almost just sent it to John by mistake. Sorry, guys.
The only one who can see it.
He don't. From what I can tell, he is quite able. At first, he looks like a normal old man in his 50s or 60s. Though we watched him walk, he doesn't have a limp. he seems to have a normal gait, which implies that he's still quite capable.
Ashy takes the photo and hops up on the table at this point and walks over to Garrick and holds the portrait right up against his, like next to his face. You two look similar.
All right, no, that is old. This is beauty eternal.
Okay, well maybe this guy looks like you in maybe like, I don't know, 10 years.
God damn it.
Damn.
What? That's a normal aging pace for you humans, right?
I'm not.
Adam is just face in hands like, oh my god, I'm working with a fucking baby.
Hey, I am an adult. But you gotta admit the resemblance to Garrick here is striking. Sure, he's got more smooth skin, pointy ears, and no beard, but silver hair, furrowed brow, probably talks with a slightly uptight British accent.
I don't think there's a connection.
Southern British accent. I apologize.
If Elisar
What the
hadn't
fuck
already
is
dozed
British?
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know.
What's that, Glitter?
If Elisar hadn't already dozed off, he would have given a good chuckle at how
Ooh.
young everyone was. But he's
Quite the older elven fellow, yes.
Anyway, and Ashley kind of like tosses the photo up. You all can look at it, and then Shinato grabs it to like, Ashley, sit down. All right.
Now,
this all sounds like a pretty simple smash and grab. I mean, we can just head on out there and wrangle this old fella and bring him on
a
back.
wagon and a cart. A wagon and some horses just outside, as well as some items that are definitely bound to help you and your companions. That will be the items that you purchased. Use them as you see fit, and they are yours to keep. All I ask is that you return with this individual alive, if possible. We'd love to ask them questions, specifically around the missing archivist.
What's this archivist's name? What if we stumble upon him?
Well, if you do meet Grisha, then he is a tall fellow. He wears spectacles, white hair. He's got these piercing emerald green eyes. Trust me, you would know him if you've seen him. But if you happen upon him as well, do give him a ride. You know what? We will pay a little bit extra if you do lead him back to us safely.
Little.
Well, yeah, as you see, this is quite the modest sum, and he motions over. Little is subjective to those who, have different views. I guess in certain circles it might be a little bit more than little.
How about
can go a
a
long way. I
counter
know the
proposal for
feeling.
you? I have a counter proposal for you there, Dell. If we bring back this Grisha guy, if we find him and we bring Grisha and Steve back in one piece, unscratched, well, Steve maybe will be a little bloody, but that's, capturing all that shit. But if we bring them both back alive and well, what if, now hear me out, you take all those silver pieces and you flip them into gold pieces?
Adam is face palming like, oh,
you
he's
see,
so
that
good.
is, yeah, I love the entrepreneurial spirit that you have, my friend. However, this is the sum that the Verdant Court gave me, and I don't think that it would be in either of our interests if I were to go back, one, empty-handed, and then two, asking for more.
Well, it might not be in your best interest, but it's definitely in my best interest.
Is there a lore skill we can roll to see if the Verdant Court rings any bell?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to roll a lore check, you can definitely try to gain some insight into what that type of organization is.
Specific lore, or what is that?
Yeah, kind of like Elven or Academia. I don't know. If occultism would be at Arcana.
You know what? Let me double check because I think society and lore could kind of work.
I could do
Let me
society too.
I don't
pull
see
What
my-
about
lore on my thing.
legal
Oh.
lore?
There it is. FC lore. Never mind.
not legal lore. This isn't about law.
I have automation and engineering lore.
Neither one of those, unfortunately.
I have scout
Um,
lore.
Now hear me
Weapon
out.
lore.
What about athletics?
Not athletics. Yes, Glitter. Sorry.
I was just picking. I was saying I have weather lore.
Nice.
So it sounds like
will
it'll
be
be more of
helpful.
a society
Yes.
one.
Let me double check my character sheet. It's loading. I just want to get the examples. Why doesn't it load?
Because it hates you.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. You know what? Yes. Let's just do a society check. Specifically to recall the knowledge that you may have of this organization.
I got
That would be a
18.
7. Damn it!
Fuck you, Garrick! I don't even have
Ah.
spells and I'm smarter than you.
Oh my
Also
god!
got
And I'm 4.5 feet tall and don't wear pants.
You're
Axel.
Oh,
Axel got a 24.
And so is that society?
24.
So is that society and something else?
It would be the recall knowledge society check.
Alrighty. What's a 13 get me?
Anything above a 15 doesn't get anything.
Oh.
15 to 20. You all have heard of the Verdant Court. They are not so well known, though. Most of the things they are known for aren't very good. Maybe you have heard of the assassination of an archduke in a province to the south, Archduke Rendova. I believe that's really all you get. But those that rolled above a 20, the Verdant Court is an assassin / thieves guild. They mainly deal in very nefarious activities. If they have interest in this ruin, it likely isn't a good one.
Yeah, Patrick's just looking kind of smiley, but Axel's just nudging him and just trying to whisper. I guess he doesn't need to worry about people reading his lips because he doesn't have lips. And just relaying the information to Axel. To Patrick, excuse me.
But yeah, listen, I do appreciate again your entrepreneurial spirit. I can see that you're going to go very far in adventuring, though. I wouldn't be able to raise the price from what we have already set here, but I am willing to come out of my own pocket. Let's say 100 gold pieces if you bring back my friend.
For each of us.
All together. What one fee, one delivery fee.
I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like a pretty sick deal. I'm gonna retire from my super great negotiation skills, and then Ashley kind of does like a little side flip and lands perfectly back in their chair. Like I was standing on the table this whole time, right in front of Dell, so I did like a little flip back to my chair.
Excellent. Well, if there are no other questions, I'll be taking this, and he closes the chest to the mediator. My friend outside, he will let you know where that is once you've come back to town with the with Steve and Grisha, if you do find him. All right. Well, good luck. And he exits it. Oh, and do take as much food as you would like. It's all yours. Ta-ta.
Does Patches recognize the guard out front?
Um. Ooh. Um. eh, roll a recall knowledge.
Recall knowledge, as I guess as Pat's. Recall knowledge, would that be.
That would be the society recall knowledge.
Oh, so this roll society?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
3.
3. No. You kind of get the look of his armor. It kind of seems familiar, but you're not really sure.
Something from.
The gentleman who was outside steps in. All right, gonna be heading out in about 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Patches raises his hand kind of meekly.
No
Come on,
need to
Pat. Raise your
What's-
hand with pride. What's going on?
He raises his hand with pride now due to the encouragement.
Yeah, no need to raise your hand. You can just address me. But what's going on, buddy?
I'm sorry, but do you know me?
He kind of looks you over. No, don't think I do. I hadn't
Oh.
seen you before.
Do you know he covers weird parts of himself to see anything familiar in any of this? He just gestures to his face.
He
How
looks at
much do
you
we all
confused.
see of
Are
Patches?
you are you coming on to me?
No.
Yeah, I think and he tries to think of how to word it. He goes, "Trust me, if I had seen you before, I don't think that I would forget such a wonderful person."
Oh, thank you. And he
Oh,
just
you're
sits
welcome.
and just you Axel starts talking to him a bit, telling him be real careful, Patches. You don't know if people might not all might be trustworthy. Careful how much for yourself you say.
When Patches was standing
Okay.
up, was I able to see anything I'd recognize?
Don't know. Patches, were you showing everyone your goods?
No, he wasn't like trying to call attention to himself, and he's probably wearing his armor, so it's probably hard to get. He likes to wear a cloak over his face when he's out, so it was probably hard to get any real beat on his individual parts.
Okay. Yeah.
Noted. For now.
But he begins to walk out of the room. He's like, "Well, I'm gonna get the cart ready. Our target's gonna leave in about an hour, so hurry it up."
Mir will poke Elisar awake and say, "Come on, let's go help with the horses." And Elisar just like grumbles and shuffles out.
Thought that guy was dead. Very glad he's alive.
Not yet. He's not dead yet.
Oh, thank the gods.
Food comas can kick your ass, you know?
How's he gonna help us?
I could say the same thing for you. Two look like you're the same age.
Leave it.
My name's not Steven.
That's fine.
What?
I said that's fine. I don't know what the name is.
But you called me Steven, or I misheard you.
You misheard me, Ozzy.
That's not my name either. It's Ashy. Get it right, Garrick. See, I
I
remembered
said
your
that.
name. I'm gonna call
Didn't
you
I say
Rick
Ashy?
now.
I said Ozzy.
Well, it sounds like you're sneezing, Rick. I take your laughter by that's okay. I'm gonna call you Rick from now on.
God.
The other option was Gar, and I don't think you would have liked Gar.
I know a lot of good Gars.
Oh, he says he knows a lot of good ones. What do you think? Are you wanting Gar or Rick? Because it definitely can't be Garrick. I'm not gonna remember that. I can remember
Would-
half of it though.
Would anybody else like to establish a contemptuous relationship with me?
Or Ick. I could call you Ick.
Pimlin
No
just
one?
holds up a turkey leg he's been eating and says, "Look, guy, you got a lot of energy over there. I don't know if I'd be messing with a magic man like that."
I am the essence of magic here, Pimlin. All right. We've established that. I'm a very powerful sorcerer. We all know this.
Sigmund speaks up. I'm a reanimated skeleton. My very sentience is because of magic. I think that makes me the most.
Yeah, I don't know, Bones. You keep talking. You're creeping me out a little bit. I don't.
Yeah,
Man.
we'll let
what
you
part
involve.
of me
We'll,
creeps you out, friend?
we'll add you to the Sorceress Society when you find some pants. All right.
Oh,
Okay, so does anyone do anything in the 45 minutes that you have before the cart leaves?
I would like to attempt to subsist.
Okay. Let me double check. New to these rules here. Damn it, they took out my animal handling. I don't like that. Yes, maybe nature. Yeah.
well, 45 minutes. I can't exactly earn income.
Nope, not in 45 minutes.
Mm,
I guess maybe Patches will say, "No, I'm not sure I like this job. No one should be hunted just for existing. We don't know Steve's crimes."
sounds like he might have killed a couple people.
They did not say that, and
Yeah.
we can't.
I-
Oh, go ahead, new friend.
No, I'm sorry, Pat. I need to hold my tongue when I speak, and I don't want to interrupt people. So you go ahead, and Ashley literally grabs his tongue.
Oh, that is humorous. Axel told me that the Marcus might not be a good backer. If the place we're going is full of magic, maybe we just grab the equipment and we don't necessarily need to hurt Steve, as he does not seem to be our enemy.
I mean, I kind of want that chest full of silver and whatever gold we can get out of Mark there. I don't
That's
know
a
if.
really nice amount of money. You're right.
I mean, we're not killing anybody, so.
We're
We
not.
No, they said they wanted him alive. We only get half if he's dead.
That's a good point. That's a good
I'm
point.
sure they're gonna be all nice and hospitable with him.
I don't know about that.
We'll hope they'll be real nice and hospitable with him.
They're gonna kill him.
I don't know that
He's
that's really.
professional people. If they wanted them dead, they'd send their own people.
No,
I suspect they want to get some info out of him. And if he wishes, he'd die in the process of getting that information out of him. I think that's out of our purview of employment at the moment.
I'm not saying I cared. I'm just saying they're gonna end up dead.
Yeah, I thought we all had agreed that we were not gonna turn this guy over to them because the verdict court is super bad. I mean, I even know that, and I think I'm one of the smartest guys in the room next to Pat here. I feel like he's onto some things that we're not necessarily picking up, but definitely we cannot give Steve to these guys. I thought that was pretty clear.
Maybe we meet Steve first, and we can decide if he deserves to be turned over or not. But thank you. AC, is that the name of your fun little monk, John?
You're close. It is Ashy, like
Oh.
Ash with an I at the end of it, but without the H, but pronounced that way.
Thank you for the compliment, RC. Axel is much smarter than I am, but you are kind.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of kind, look at this photo, and I hold up the photo of Steve. Look at these eyes. These are very kind eyes. There's nothing here that tells me that this is somebody who's up to nefarious things. I think this is somebody who's very confused, woke up in some crypt, walked out, went for a stroll, and now somebody wants to kill him already. Of course, he went back to go hide where he feels like it's safe. And who's to say who's this Grisha guy? Was he also someone that they're trying to kill? He seemed very intrigued and interested to get Grisha back. I feel like there are both of these people in very much danger, and I think we need to protect them. I'm going to send Shinoda over here to investigate a little bit while we're gone. See, he's very good at picking up on dirt and figuring out leads and then just pointing in the right direction that we will then follow. So if you all have people that would like to accompany him, I feel like that'd be a very good idea.
I'll send my man with him.
I'll
Great.
gladly be of assistance.
Put on some pants, Skeletor!
That is a horrible thing to say to an animated skeleton.
I'm not letting you near my friend without pants on. That's creepy
Don't own
and
any
inappropriate.
money.
I see how those pelvis bones have formed. I know what you used to have, and I don't want anything about it near my friend. Put some pants on before you go. You got
don't
40.
have any money.
You got a friend there? He's probably got a spare change of pants. Put them on. Come on.
I have not met that guy before in my life.
Well, why is he standing behind you at the council here? That's a clear indicator of who's friends when you're standing behind someone who's sitting down. Like, come on.
I don't know.
You're lying, and I don't like it. We're not going to be great friends.
You hear the neighing of horses outside as it appears that they are ready. Glitter, did you roll your nature check? I don't hear you, sorry.
How about now?
That is great.
Great. Awesome. Cool.
Excellent.
So I put it into the game chat on Demiplane, but I don't know if that's where I'm supposed to be rolling or not.
I mean, you can roll there. Just say it out loud or post it in Discord for now.
Okay, I got a 19.
19. You're able to definitely calm these horses. It doesn't look like they particularly like this guard. His attempts kind of muddy the waters, but you roll so well that you're able to kind of smooth it over. He looks back at you. I appreciate it. Well, where are those hoodlums at? Hey, get on down here. He is calling for you guys. It has now been 45 minutes.
I guess we'll all head on down.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
This wagon is the covered variety, so it does give you a good bit of cover, so you don't have to worry about people seeing you as you ride out of town. It is a half day, it being around 11, maybe noonish. You're not too sure. You're riding for a good 4-5 hours. You do have your bits of food that you have brought, so you can munch on that. No need to worry about eating until you get to the ruins. If you are in Roll20, you will see the world map. Does anyone need a link to that?
I would appreciate a link to the Roll20.
Excellent.
Same here.
No worries. No
I
worries.
think I forgot to actually get in that campaign.
Yeah, I don't remember
Is
where
it,
that one was posted.
Is it Primal Instincts or
It
something?
is not. No worries. I will get that real quick.
This picture of Steve kind of looks like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, a little bit.
I see
Staring
that.
into my soul.
The cart does. I mean, you figure it could go faster if it wants to, though it seems like the guard is keeping a certain pace, as to not catch up to your quarry before it gets to the ruins, which should be clear enough for you to nab him. Does everyone have that link?
I see now.
Wait, yeah, I do see people filing in. Looks like we got everyone. So the city, of course, is in the middle. You are headed over here. This ruined area. Looks like there's a makeshift camp with 2 tents and a hut. Let me go back to my hefty defty sheet. You arrive at the camp just outside the doors to the ruins. The camp shows some signs that at one point it was occupied, yet there is no one in sight. The supplies have been depleted except for common items like firewood, tinder, 3 water skins, and some makeshift beds within the various structures that have been erected. Let's have you guys one each roll a survival check.
Alrighty. That'll be a 22.
Nice. Anyone else?
Have our main group separated from our other group?
Only if you wanted to.
Oh, damn. I forgot. I said I was going to send him with your guy. I just got a 23, but I don't think I brought him. Fuck.
Yeah, you can choose not to send them. If you want, just make sure to let me know.
No. I'll see. What does Garrett get? Garrett got a 5.
I got a 24.
24. Excellent. Anyone
Cactus
else?
got 15.
Okay. And Glitter? Maybe muted. Glitter.
Shit, sorry, I got a 14.
14. Okay. Anything below 20? I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, though you're having trouble determining, if there are any tracks. But those that rolled above a 20. Yes. You determine that the camp has been abandoned for several weeks. judging by the decay and the fireplace that is in the center of this makeshift camp. There are a pair of tracks that lead into the ruins with a lateral undulation that is quite massive compared to the snakes that you are accustomed to seeing.
Big snake.
From your experience, quite considerably larger than any snake you've seen.
That'll be a problem. Or it could be really fun.
What are the odds we could just walk around it?
Judging by the angle at which the entryway is, it may have a separate exit point, but you get the feeling that this goes quite a ways down. Just judging by the angle of the entranceway.
So, is the snake tracks going the same direction as the place we're going?
There are two sets of footprints, and a strange kind of track mark that's reminiscent of a snake-like creature that is considerable in size.
Are there any tracks that would maybe indicate like a humanoid that is what maybe related specifically to our quarry to try to find him?
Yes. One pair of the set of tracks that you find, just judging by the footprint itself, and what is described to you in the picture and what you can see, it does look quite similar. You get the feeling that could likely be your quarry, one of these individual tracks.
I think we got to follow this one. Call it a hunch, but I think this is the right one.
So, do you all start to make your way inside?
It would be prudent.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Yep.
You guys begin to walk this tattered stone pathway downward to the doors, which are ajar. These giant stone doors open inward. You can feel whoever's opening these doors, the draft going inward, meaning the air is being sucked from outside inside, showing that there is no airway apart from this, as it is forming a quite consistent current of air. But it's strange. The air, which should be stale and dusty inside, is fresh. As you make your way inside, let me change this. As you make your way inside, there is a dim light that stems from the very foundation, walls, and ceilings, pointing to the structure itself being of arcane means. There is a sigil on the floor of a moon with 4 branches that come from the center of the room. This room appears to be clear. For it to be ruins, you hardly see any dust. It is a well-maintained area.
So Oh, go ahead.
The only thing that you do see out of place is the dusty footprints and a trail of dirt that seems to have been left by whatever creature was following.
So Axel's not even looking at the footprints. He's just looking around at these ruins of an old technologically advanced society. He's just casing the joint for anything with circuits, anything that's techy, anything like that.
Those of magical means don't need a spell to determine that the entire structure is made of some form of magic. It seems to glow by itself. There is no lights or flame that illuminate the area. The stone itself glows.
Adam looks at the ever burning torch and goes, "Oh, I guess I'll fuck myself."
Can I attempt to identify the magic?
Is that a spell or
A skill?
a skill?
Yeah.
Is it like
You're
identify
doing-
magic?
Identify magic, yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I also have a
22.
ability to cast detect magic.
Okay. Are you gonna cast that?
Yeah, right. Why not? It's a cantrip.
Yeah. Let me just double check what that spell.
I send out a pulse that registers the presence of magic. I receive no information beyond the presence or absence. You can choose to ignore magic I'm fully aware of, such as items and ongoing spells, whatever. Detect magic only if that magic's effect has a lower level than the level of your detect magic spell. However, items that have an illusion aura but aren't deceptive in appearance typically
Okay.
are detected normally.
Excellent. Well, you know just by casting this cantrip, this structure is considered a magical item.
We can
It
wield
seems
it.
like its level is a little bit too high for you to fully grasp the nature of it, or maybe even derive the name of the item. But you definitely know that this isn't something that was necessarily built. This is something that was created as a magical item. Your identify magic skill check. Let me just double check that. Okay, so you want to spend at least 10 minutes to try to identify some particulars, is that right?
I don't see anything that says about 10 minutes.
I clicked on identify magic. It says once you discover an item, location, or
yes.
ongoing effect, you can spend 10 minutes to try to identify the particulars.
Yes.
Okay. I would assume you convey that to the group.
I might not and might have just started clopping around.
Okay, yeah, no worries at all. Let me just double check. One thing in particular, are you trained in occultism?
I am.
Yes.
I can help.
I think both Axel and Patches are too.
Particularly her.
Sorry.
Go ahead and roll a occultism check.
Recall knowledge.
This would just be an occultism check.
The occultism identify magic.
Yes.
14.
14. It's quite hard to kind of really get the particulars of this place. However, you're aware of the reason why it's so hard. The knowledge that you gain from your check is that this is an item that is probably a few hundred years old. The magic that was used to create this was cast likely before this nation got its newly found democratic values, just after the Skyfall event.
All right.
Mir would relay that after her investigation is complete.
Okay, excellent. The party is made aware of that tidbit.
May I raise a concern?
Access
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I couldn't hear you over each other. Could you go one at a time?
Go ahead, Ben.
Oh, just wait, is that Nate or one of the characters asking?
That was Nate asking.
Oh, my bad. I was going to respond character. Go ahead.
So, you mentioned the RP part of this being only about 30 minutes, right? Because we're going in on
We
an
are
hour.
almost done. We are right at the cusp.
My head is not in the space to do a session 0 and 1 at the same time.
We are right.
I do not
at
feel the focus I
end.
need to. All right. Oh god, my head is fuzzy right now. I am not focused enough to do researchings.
No problem. You guys are in the room here. Do you choose to continue?
I'll call like, hey guys, any of you magic folk have anything special to say about this place so far? Or we just want to keep going ahead and possibly become snake food.
I'd love to see more of this place. It's so interesting.
Excellent. You continue. There is another flight of stairs downward. In this room, 1 second. Deeper inside, the dirt tracks that go down the stairs and into this planning room. Inside the room, you see a small table where folks would gather. The table is empty and the room is tidy apart from the tracked soil from outside. Still pretty clear. You guys are in this room. Continuing?
In this room?
That's right.
Is there anything different or out of place?
No, it is very nice and tidy. The chairs even are pushed underneath the table.
Well, this doesn't look like a ruin at all. It's not even disheveled. I take one of the chairs and just askew it a little bit.
It's a mimic. No, I'm just kidding.
Positive.
The real joke, no. The real joke is that the entire ruin is a really big mimic.
Yes. You've all been tricked. Everyone dies. Excellent. Anything else in this room?
Move on.
Let's keep going.
Is Axel getting any ancient technology checks at all, or?
Not at the moment. No.
He's gonna look to. Is Mia the name of the alchemist?
Elisar is the name of the alchemist.
Oh, is it? The robot goes over to the alchemist and just says, what do you think about all this?"
Not quite sure.
Not quite
Kind
sure.
of right, man. I just like to sit down and start making something.
Well, honestly, I want the same thing too. Well, granted, I do not have leg muscles that build up lactic acid like you, but I understand. I'm sure whatever I make will be better, though. But I see where you're coming from.
Adam says, "What the hell is a galactic acid?"
Lactic acid. It is your own biology. You should try knowing it.
I don't have as much biology as I did back in the day. Forgive me.
Oh, fair enough.
Elisar is going to sit down in one of the chairs and take a nap.
Excellent. The alchemist goes down. He's the first victim of the chair. I assume you guys keep going, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
You make
Yeah.
your way down again, another staircase. This time you're met with a table, which is just before a door to the south. There's a book open with a visitor's log. It shows a date, 1:43 AA. Those that would like can roll a lore check. AA.
Alright. Just like a general intelligence check, or
Lore to recall knowledge.
Lord.
Well,
to
I'll ask
Or
again. Is that
actually, there may be a
legal lore?
society. No, this isn't about law.
is it zombie automation or engineering?
It is not.
Arcana or Society?
So
Society.
there's a thing that says choose lore intelligence, and there's a thing that says recall lore, or is this a society lore that has the
You
same
can-
thing?
You can do a society check to recall knowledge, or you can do a lore check.
Yes.
To recall
Fuck yes.
lore. Either one would work.
Okay. Because then, like
24.
the choose lore, and it has like mine says scouted. This isn't just specific for that stuff. Like this is the same thing, just like a different, or is it specific to that in particular? Because I think that's what's confusing people.
Your scouting is just for you couldn't use scouting for society checks, but if you wanted to recall lore about specific scouting events, like surrounding certain battles and whatnot, you could use that to roll and kind of get information gleaned from previous battles and the scouting adventures that went into, before and after that battle, for example.
Okay. Cool. I got a 12.
Well,
24, in case
nice.
we didn't hear it.
Still not
You're
sure how-
wrong.
Where to find recall lowest? I'm just gonna roll society as
Recall knowledge is under the lore.
So-
Recall lore is under lore.
So
Is that
if you see where it says lore Ben, if you click on that, it makes a drop down, and there's a specific skill in there that says recall knowledge.
is that under skills and accidents, equipment, spells, feats and features, or details?
I'm just gonna share my
Skills.
screen real quick, and I feel like that'll
Yeah.
be pretty easy.
It's
I
under
feel the same thing.
skills.
See, under skills, if you watch my screen, Ben.
Yeah, let's watch the stream.
So we got skills right here.
Yeah.
Choose lore. Click on that. Recall knowledge.
Okay, skills. Athletic under athletics.
It says choose lore. And you click on that box and it dropped down, and it's the same modifier, it just that's where it's specifically like housed.
For some reason, I don't have that.
Then
I don't have that
pertinent.
either.
It might not
Yeah.
be pertinent
Yeah.
to your character. So
Yeah,
then if you
it
go
might
down where it says society, you do the same thing. Recall knowledge is right under there. That's like, I think that's what's confusing people.
Oh,
Because
okay.
there's sub skills.
Yeah,
That
there's
make
like
it
untrained
really
skills.
annoying.
So there's trained things that you could be trained in, and then there's untrained things that might have different modifiers. But so whenever there's a recall knowledge, if you don't have a lore option, go to society, and recall knowledge is housed there, is what it seems like.
Yeah, as long as it's revolving, a aspect of society, both would work, really.
Okay. God forgive the old 5e guy for just seeing the skills and not realizing there were skills.
Yeah, it's not super intuitive. So maybe there's just like a better way of like saying it because I think that's what's confusing a lot of people is what
What's
specific they're
what's
supposed to be rolling.
well, yeah. What's weird is like your lore said choose lore. I don't know. Like I've got like academia lore, elven lore.
Yeah,
mine
you're a
says,
wizard.
like,
You have a lot of lore.
I think it's
John,
based
Yeah.
around like your specific like character.
No,
like,
yeah, I get that. I get that. It's just like
it's very
yours. Like
clunky.
the only thing that's freaking me out is like the fact that your thing says choose lore, and
I wonder,
then
John, if you just
That's
didn't make a choice in the character creator that about like which type of lore.
right,
Maybe, I don't know.
you might
He
have an
didn't
extra
complete his
lore.
character. How dare you?
Maybe I'm gonna check.
How dare you be more OP than what you already are?
Ah!
But excellent. So I do remember we had one above a 20.
Yes, 24, I believe.
Excellent. Anyone else above an 18?
Patches isn't even trying. Axel got 25.
All right.
Damn it!
Yeah. Poor Garrick. He needs to get one.
Axel Garrick, just to rub salt in the wound, this robot who seems to be beating you to the punch with all this information, this isn't a well-made looking robot. It looks like a science project that kind of just gained sentience one day. There's like a bunch of old rusty metal on his body. Looks like he's combined parts from several different models. This looks at you. There's something wrong, Gail. You said your name was Garrick.
No, nothing. I'm totally cool, not thin-skinned or arrogant at all. I'm fine. It's cool.
Well, I am pretty arrogant, but I don't have any skin, so.
Funny.
For those of
Anyway.
you that did roll at least an 18, AA is an acronym after Ascension, which was used by the Doma Empire to record time after the moment the trio, the three ascended, became gods and the nation's patron. The names that litter the pages before the ones that were open that the book is currently turned to, um, it's vast. There appears to be quite a lot of people that once visited this place. But before you really get into analyzing this book, there's a coughing sound that draws your attention to the south entrance.
Let's go over there.
It looks like he is going. Everyone else following?
Yep.
Yes.
The door opens silently, as if well maintained. There are no creaking sounds, and as you descend downward, you are met with moist air and a flowery fragrance that hits you hard, pointing to the fact that the door had been shut for quite some time. There are two waterfalls, one on each side of the cavern, a small pond-like body of water that rests within the middle of the room. Give me 1 second to reveal that. You should be able to see it now.
Ooh, pretty.
All right. The strangest thing is that the cave is enclosed under the earth, yet depicts a moon and a darkened sky um, in the lake, in the pond water. That of a light pink, unlike any of the moons in the sky that you have seen in recent times. As you all approach, the waters begin to stir, and a voice echoes from the plasma. Look what we have here. A serpentine, draconic-like creature rises from the pond. this massive creature begins to coil around itself as it emerges. A gasp rings out from the knight who was following behind you, his hand slapping the right side.
Dragon.
Thank you for interrupting me. His hand slapping the right side of the stone wall. His ring flashes a bright shade of albino white, and the stone itself moves rapidly towards the opposite end. The stairs disappear as a freshly created stone wall blocks your escape. Those that would like, please roll a recall lore check.
Is it about law?
It is not.
Oh, shucks.
21.
Actually, that will come in handy in just a moment. 21?
Yes.
Excellent. Anyone else?
21 as well for Axel.
Excellent. Another 21. Those that got above a 15. This draconic creature is an imperial dragon, most of which are neutral and provide a service and a purpose within the world. This one is considered a sovereign dragon. Now, this is the announcement. This is the challenge part. There's going to be one more roll of this session. You all still have your hero points, which allows you to re-roll a check.
How many
This is a
heroes do you
hard.
start with?
You only have one at the moment, but
Gotcha.
you're going to roll another lore check, but this one is going to be a lot higher than a normal roll as you begin to take in this creature and ascertain its origins.
Well, I'll ask it again.
Compassion. I'm not sure if this is how this ability is used at all, but can Patches do something to help?
I'm not sure. What are you trying to do?
Patches is going to take off his hood and kind of just, in the most stone-faced, just frowning, just upset expression, look at this creature and say, "We mean you no harm. Please tell us about yourself." And I'm going to use my intimidating glare feature.
And tell us about that.
What it says is, quote, "You can demoralize with a mere glare. When you do, demoralize loses the authority trait and gains the visual trait. You don't take a penalty if the creature doesn't understand your language." So I think it means I'm undercutting this guy's authority.
Auditory, not
Auditory, excuse me.
What was it called again?
Intimidating glare. Because I'm a big monster man, so I'm intimidating.
Yeah, just give me one. I just want to double check. Huh? Oh, you know what? Okay. Go ahead and roll your intimidation check.
Alright, monster man, let's do this.
big number.
Ah! Yeah, that's an 8.
So when you said a lore check, I guess I'll ask it again. Is there anything to do with law?
Technically, yes.
Oh, hell yeah. We're getting a +3 today, everybody.
Anyone else that wants to, you can roll your check as well.
That'll be another 8.
Don't forget that if you roll poorly, you have one hero point that you can re-roll.
Axel
I'll
got
do
another nat 20. Patrick's rolling shit, but Axel's rolling incredible with another nat 20. For
I'll
An 18.
you.
okay. If everyone else is getting good numbers, I'll keep my point then.
Garrick, how about you?
Well, my last couple of rolls were pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna get higher than that.
What'd you roll?
The last one wasn't it like a 21?
Yeah, you wanna at least give it a shot?
Sure,
And
sure, sure.
you do have a hero point that refreshes every game.
Okay, this was recall lore.
Yes.
Okay, well, we'll give it a shot. 24.
Oh. Those that rolled above a 23, which I believe is Garrick, and
Axel.
Axel also rolled above a 23.
Yeah, he got 27.
Oh, okay. It
Patrick-
looks like also
man.
Mir also. You all get a fate point for completing this challenge, and you all, those of you that rolled above a 23, look at the dragon. This sovereign dragon appears to have a scaled pattern and a coloration that is the same as the one that adorns the back of the oldest currencies of the Doma Empire. That dragon, the one depicted on the back of the coins, was the one that crowned the emperors, whose mandate came directly from the ascended gods themselves. And that, my friends, is where we'll end our session.
He gonna kill us with a dragon next week.
Well, again, we have 3 people that have fate points, so I think you'll do fine.
Wait, a quick question.
Yep.
You said the hero point refreshes every game. Can we store them?
No.
Okay.
You get the, like, if you do store one, it's the ones that you gain for heroic actions. Those you can store, but the ones that you get every session, no, those just get refreshed. So you're gonna have those regardless.
In that case, I would actually like to use my point. I thought we could store them.
Okay, yeah.
Can
go
I
ahead.
make in this
I'll allow
situation?
it this
Because
one time.
instead of legal lore, can I use diplomacy of like make an impression?
Well, it's more, the challenge is to recall where this dragon is from. So either, I mean, you could roll a recall knowledge for society because it was a part of, a big part of society itself way back when. Or, if you're trained in legalese, so to speak, you would have been able to read that this was a dragon who once, ordained the emperor.
Alright. Well, given my modifier on legal lore, to get that fate point, I need to get a nat 20 right here, right now. Watch me do it.
I have faith in you.
Big 11. This is the biggest 11 in the world.
Hey, sometimes you win some, sometimes you don't. That's fun.
Oh, shucks.
But we have 3 different people that have fate points with them. So I think you guys are in good shape. You'll be fine. This isn't bad.
This is an absolute win.
Good deal. Well, I need to hop off, so I will see you all next time.
I appreciate it, everyone. Thank you for staying a bit late. I underestimated how much roleplay you all really wanted to do. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to
I
you guys.
promise I'll read
Bye.
about
I gotta take off,
spellcasting
too.
before next time
See you
and
later,
have
Pete.
Sigmund actually
ya.
built.
Mate.
Night, y'all.
See you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. All right.
All right. Is this
is
the after hours crew?
I was about to say, okay, is this the post game section? Here we go.
You know it. Here we are.
Oh god, I missed this.
1 second while I get Craig out of here. Can't be sharing any secrets with Craig.
Hi, Craig.
And while I'm doing that, let me get myself some water.
If I
But
could find out where I put Craig's commands at. I didn't actually put it in the command channel this time. So sad.
Craig,